Hey guys, it's Aquacycle here. Welcome back to another video. I have some serious Half-Life VR AI brain rot. So, we're doing this. And also you can see I have no new veto. So, yeah. Anyway, oh shit, I gotta catch this one really fast. Sorry, I had to adjust something with this. Anyway, so I have had some serious Half-Life VR AI brain rot. So I decided to do some little doodles of them the other day, which you probably saw on the second channel. I have no idea if I'm posting this video on the second channel or the main channel, but just so you know, the second channel is just for like weird shit I don't want to put on the main channel because I don't know if you guys will like it. But anyway, we are here, and I finally decided to make some actual references for these guys. So, yeah. It's kind of me going through the design process of all of these, like how I'd figure out how I'd translate these shitty low polygon models into, I'd say, somewhat detailed cats, because I don't like drawing people. It's amazing if I could sit down and draw a person and actually be proud of it. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and please don't, like, I don't know. Kill me, I guess. Okay, so the first character we're gonna be doing is Mr. Gordon Freeman. You are gonna see me pause a lot in these speed paints, but that's just because I'm finding references, because I was taking a lot of fandom interpretation into these designs, because fandom interpretation is great. With that out of the way, I made Gordon very fluffy. I don't know, something about him being a sort of like broad-shouldered, very fluffy guy, like, really spoke to me. I still am not proud of the hair. I talked about it in the Catified Doodles video. I do not like the hair, but I do have an idea, and I eventually added this note onto his design. You will see later, I will make notes on all these guys' designs. That his hair is very messy. I feel like it'd get messier as the series went on. I feel like that'd be a neat little touch, but you know. Overall, I think I am proud of his design, considering it was the first full body I had done. I thought it was really cool, really clever. You will eventually see me add like a tuft onto his chin, because I think it's nice. The HEV suit was a struggle to draw. I don't know how people draw this suit. You can see me get frustrated, but yeah, you also see notes of me looking at making notes about the music I'm listening to. Usually if I have music to put me in the mood, but like I just put my main music playlist on shuffle and just went with it. Overall, I am proud of it. Took a lot of inspiration from again, fan artists, and seeing several people make furry designs of these guys, which helped a lot. Really helped figure out like the color scheme for these guys, like really the color scheme, because the Catify was just doodles, just like concept designs, I guess. A lot of these guys do eventually change, especially Bubby, I want to say, and Tommy. I think Tommy also changed a lot. But onto the colors. I wanted him to be a brown tabby, like a sort of like reddy brown tabby. I think that'd be really nice, with especially lighter accents onto him. I did, of course, just pretty much follow the design I had drawn. I do really like the tabby stripes. I'm not very good with stripes, but you know, I do like the sorry, that was my chair. I do like the idea of like his back color going all the way to his tail, and just the stripes sort of being on that darker back bit. I do sort of feel like that back color is kind of weird, but I might not change it. I think it looks pretty neat. I probably got the suit colors wrong, but who gives a shit? I'm more into Portal than I am Half-Life, so you do see me kind of adjusting the patterns on his legs, because I always like to have leg patterns on these guys, on all my designs. I don't know. Ears and legs are something I do a lot of patterns with. But overall, I am really proud of his design, and I think he's really good. I do really enjoy his design. Of course, with the bluish-gray eyes, because like he doesn't have an official color for his text, you know? So the next guy I'm doing, Entity God, Eldritch God? I don't know. The next person I'm doing is Benry. after watching the series, I can tell how he became a Tumblr sexy man. I mean, he fits all the criteria. I kind of want to have an idea of him having a short tail, but eventually scrapped that later, adding that onto Coomers' design. I felt like it'd be really cute, you know, because Coomers is very round compared to Benry, who I had an idea of him being somewhat sharper, but like also kind of lanky. That didn't really come across in the final design, but whatever. I did want to make his fur kind of fine, kind of short, or whatever. You can see me adding his outfit onto him before I do everything else, because I was totally not stalling on adding his helmet into this, because I was struggling a lot with that helmet. And I was also struggling on figuring out how to have the security vest on him. Eventually I found something I was pretty much happy with. Vests are hard to draw, okay? What can I say other than vests are hard to draw? You will eventually see me rage and say, oh no, I forgot his, what is it? Boat. No, not a bow tie. Fucking, oh god. It's just his tie. His tie, so. But I did struggle a lot on at least the placement of this hat, because I wanted the entire cheek fur to be underneath the helmet. Helmet, I don't know. It's a helmet, I guess? But eventually I'm like, you know, fuck it. It's just gonna be sticking out. It's fine. Like, I wanted the entire thing. I'm not gonna get the entire thing. You will see me try and add hair onto it, but it just did not look good, so I just got rid of it. Who knows if he has hair under that. Again, and then I kind of give him just like a very relaxed expression, I guess, with, of course, slit like pupils, because apparently a lot of people draw Benry with slits. And then also had his sharp teeth. I would have done the same thing for Bubby, but I straight up forgot. Eventually I had him as a darker gray cat. Very somewhat simple design compared to everyone else. I think Coomers would be the simplest. Here's a dog scratching at my door. I do not wish you in right now. But I did eventually add some under eye markings, and again, like Gordon, had the darker color go all the way from his back to his tail. But eventually I just changed that to just the tail tip. I lied, it is, well, at least it was somewhat down his back, somewhat down his tail, along with the tail tip. I felt that was really nice to kind of like break it up a little bit. I did eventually make his eyes a very bright blue, like his text, because fun fact, all these guys, their eye colors are their text. So, but then also a lot of people draw Benry with yellow eyes, so I put some like yellow around his eyes. You will see me pause here to look at Benry references, because I couldn't remember for the life of me if he had a tie. You can see me just, like, yeah, you can see me right, he has a tie, fuck. So that means I had to draw a tie, and I hate drawing ties. I'd much rather draw a bow tie than an actual tie. The placement was the hardest thing, but like, it's not that hard to draw, but like, they're so awkward. They look so awkward in my style. But overall, I'm very proud of this guy. I did eventually kind of adjust some of like his paw markings, eventually made it like shorter just around like his paws, not up his like a little bit, but yeah, I like him. Very simple for a very simple guy. Yeah, I don't really got anything else to say about him. I think it's just a pretty solid design. So, there's Benry. Oh, God. Alright, so the next one up, sorry I sound so tired. This is several after the first one. But anyway, next up is Coomer. Now, I mentioned in the Doodles video that I wanted to make his ears a lot rounder, which is like one of the first things I did, other than making his tail really, really short. Because I thought that'd be really cute, because the thing about Coomer is I want him to be small and very fluffy, especially with a shorter, I tried to give him a shorter muzzle, and I guess it worked out? I don't know. Of course I wanted to incorporate his mustache into his design. I felt like it was really cool. I could do it better than I could Bubby, that's for certain. But overall, my goal with him is to make him small and fluffy. You even see me, I do pause for a second, I look over at my sister and I'm like, hey, what if I made him like short? I made him short, obviously, as you'll see. But, you can kind of see the fluff of his design, but like, not really, I guess. Yeah, you see me right, he was short as hell, so I made him short as hell. Which I think is funny, like he is this big beefy man, but he's short as hell. I don't know, I really like that dynamic. Compared to Bubby, who is he's just really tall, really skinny. I still think Gordon would be the tallest. I think it'd be really cool. But around this time, I realized that his lab coat was going to be a lot neater than everybody else's on the science team. I had this idea that a lot of his outfits are a lot nicer, a lot cleaner compared to Bubby and Tommy's. You will definitely see that change when I start doing the others, but I did eventually, yeah, haha, short. I had to stop there. And then started doing this Christmas Day while waiting for Sonic and Pokemon Violet to download. But I went with a more cream color scheme. I could have made him somewhat green, but I didn't think it looked good. But I do have like little markings here and there. He's probably the simplest design out of all of them. I gave him some white socks. I think it'd be really cool. Just his design's a lot simpler compared to everybody else's, which I think it fits his character a lot. I don't know, but he's just a neat little guy, and I'm pretty proud of it. It felt bad he's simple, but like it can't be helped, you know? Anyway, there's Coomer. I don't know what else to say about him. He's Coomer. Second to last, we have Tommy. Tommy's gotta be one of my favorite characters. Just for the sheer fact he's a fucking dumbass, and I too am a fucking dumbass. Anyway, so I wanted to go on with the intention of making his fur very messy. I also wanted to make him very polite. I don't know how I made him polite looking. He is just polite looking. And the propeller hat was a pain in my ass. I couldn't find a way to make it look good, so I eventually, like, had to make a note of, like, the propeller's, like, in between the ears, it's fine. And of course, also had to make a different version with him without the propeller hat, because throughout a majority of the season, he doesn't, series, he doesn't have it. And I thought the hair that I originally put on Tommy was bad. I tried to give him, like, a full head of hair, and it looked wrong. I don't know why, but it looked wrong. So I eventually changed it to just like this tuft of hair. You can see me getting frustrated as I try several different versions. And this was like late at night. I just finished working. I'm like, fuck it, I'm finishing it. And I eventually landed with that, which I was pretty proud of. It looks really cute. Looks like Tommy. Then I had to put it under his hat. I could live with it, and he does just have anime hair. But I did make a note, especially with this, especially now I'm going through and like adding little adjustments to each of these guys to make them all unique in their own way. I feel like Tommy's jacket, I don't know, coat is like one side is just gonna be like saggier than the other, because if I remember correctly, I believe Wayne, the creator of the series, or one of the creators, I don't fucking know, mentioned that Tommy's just the type of guy who's just too sweet to fire, so he's just there. And you can see me going, like, just making little notes about these. You can especially see it now. I do eventually off camera go and edit the others. But eventually I have the note of like, oh yeah, this is just from Acts 1 to 3. And of course, he's an orange tabby. How could he not be an orange tabby? Like, I don't know what else could fit him better. I tried to have like some markings on his ears, that didn't work out. Of course, that had to add his freckles. I don't know why that was hard to say, but it was. And it also gave him a little tuft of darker fur on his chest, and kind of came up with this cool idea for his paws. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know, I think it's neat. Just a somewhat simple tabby cat design for Tommy. Nothing too big and drastic, because he's already complex enough. This is really the part where I kind of like break off from the doodles I did. Really having that as like concept sketches. Finished up the propeller hat, gave him amber eyes. I forgot to mention I gave Coomer green eyes, again going off all their text. And it's just, yeah, you can see me just like having little design notes. He's easily has the most notes out of any of the characters, I think. But it's Tommy, I mean, like, he's important, you know? Finally, we have the one and only Bubby. Bubby changed the most out of all of them, I want to say. Before y'all scream at me about the Shadow the Hedgehog music, it fits. Bubby is literally just Shadow the Hedgehog, just as a bitter scientist, okay? Anyway, so I wanted to give him a more determined look, kind of like I don't know what expression, but he easily is also probably one of the more complex when it came to like actual like clothing wise, I guess. I don't know. I did look up several fan arts of Bubby like I did for all the other characters, and I noticed a lot of people have him as like a fucking fashion icon, which I fucking love. But also I saw this one design of like Bubby having a burnt kind of torn jacket, and I'm like, I want to play around with that, so I did. So you can see me just adding like little like making the edges of his jacket sort of torn and kind of whatever, and eventually I'm like, he has to have his sleeves rolled up. I don't know. Something about it, he just has to have his sleeves rolled up. I don't understand why. He just does, and I made his fur really fucking short. Like look at Bubby. He has like no hair. So I had to do that. Oh, eventually I do scrap these glasses because I just couldn't figure out a way to make them look nice on his face. I'm not very good at drawing glasses. I hate drawing glasses, in fact, which is why most of my main characters that represent me don't have glasses, even though I have glasses. Just because I fucking hate glasses. Drawing them at least. Glasses help me see very nice. I'm getting off track, but I spent like an embarrassingly long amount of time figuring out how the fuck to put these glasses on him. Eventually, I originally had a cream color for Bubby, and I'm like, well, like most of his color scheme is blue, so why don't I keep with the blue and just make him a bluish gray tabby? The jacket was also hard as I didn't have a real color for it. Like in the doodle, I just had his sweater. I feel like his jacket would be a lot lower compared to everybody else's, but like it'll still be there. Like if you just do a headshot, you won't really see it, but like everything else, it'll be there. I think he has the most outlandish colors out of all of them. But I eventually did make him a tabby with like con swirly markings, and it did add a little bit of darker gray to the bottom of his chin, and the swirls along his tail, of course, because yeah. I really like this design. I think it's really neat. I feel like it comes across as Bubby, especially with the cheek fur, A, being the fluffiest part of him, and B, being the only fluffy part, like, being the fur, this cheek fur representing his hair, but also being the fluffiest part of him, and you can see me adding little notes to that, and you see me going in with a fluffy watercolor brush, just trying to figure out how to make these scorch markings on the bottom of his jacket. Eventually I just did it and then just like went over it with the same color as the jacket and just very lightly did that, and I added like other scorch markings to his jacket, which I did make a note of, like all of them were just like random because like, you can't like, they're just random, you know. Eventually had notes about that, and yeah, he's very thin, very tall. I just really like this design. I am excited to draw these guys more. And I hope you guys are excited to see more of them. Easily my favorite, one of my favorites out of the science team, I want to say. I don't know, he's just really fucking neat to me. I don't know, I like all these characters, but Bubby is definitely up there. With one of my favorite one-liners, at least. So, yeah, there's Bubby. Woohoo! It's the outro time! Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this one. I like going in depth about like what I kind of do for character design. So if you want to see more of that, please let me know. I think it's really cool and really interesting, and yeah. But feel free to use these whenever. Full references will be posted somewhere, to be honest. Probably like on Twitter or some shit like that. I do want to do Darnold, Forzen, and G-Man. Sort of iffy about G-Man, but definitely Darnold. I just want to do the main science team for right now. But anyway, peace out, have a great day, goodbye, I love you, stay safe, drink water.